Welcome back to Radio Row. We're starting to have fun now. It's starting to loosen up. Now, we get the legendary coaches out of the way, and now we get to talk to athletic directors.
Was it not fun before?
Well, when you know people, and, I've never met Coach Thorson, who just joined us before. I've obviously been a fan of him forever. I'm going back to Clem Haskins basketball camps. Am I allowed to say Clem Haskins to a University of Minnesota? Okay, I didn't know.
It was great to have Clem back earlier in the year.
I didn't know the rules.
No,
I don't know what the rules are. So I've seen Coach Thorson forever and watched his programs and went to games. My dad used to take me to De La Salle games. So
did you win anything at the Clem Haskins basketball camp?
I don't think I was ever camper of the day.
What about like free throw contest or
free
something?
Free throw contest I might have. Free throw contest.
That's the only shot I
for
think
me,
you probably had.
Yeah,
we were both subpar.
Yeah.
We like to think we're better than we were, but...
Well, I have the VHSs to prove I was below average in high school.
But Gaardsey has good left-to-right movement being a tennis player.
Has or had?
Now you're thinking.
Well,
now you're talking.
He's not that old yet, so I'm not going to degrade.
He's still there.
So, congratulations on the NIT.
Thank you.
That has been one thing that's been interesting. Because us in the media, we like to just downgrade and demean the NIT and say, why would you even do it? What's the point? And so we ask leading questions of everybody here. And from Bill Frieder to Kenny Smith to Nolan Richardson, who we talked to, who I wish we were still talking to him.
He was great.
He's phenomenal. Everybody said it's basically they shouldn't even play the games this weekend because the NIT has already been won and that's the only champion. That's the reaction that we've gotten. But it seemed like when you're dealt a hand that you don't love,
right,
the one thing to do is play it the best way you can, make the most of it, and that's what the Gophers did.
I think it's great for where our program is right now. Richard's first year and he goes and wins the NIT. I mean, that's no small task, and it's a great building block for the future. And we got pretty much everybody back but Austin, Malik, but we're in good shape. Great job.
Hindsight being 20/20, obviously, championship in the bag, a banner will be raised. That's always fun. The state of the program. I mean, obviously, you seem happy with it. Year one was a good experiment.
I just told John Feinstein here on Radio Row. He said,
"It's a good name drop. You're a Final Four regular. Great name drop."
Well, I didn't. I'm not trying to name drop. I was just telling. He asked me about Richard, and I said, "Listen, I don't know how to describe him any other way than he just knows what he's doing." I've watched him for the last year, and guys, we're in great shape. It's going to be a lot of fun. He and his staff are doing a wonderful job.
Were you worried that you were going to have to supply Rick Pitino with some kind of prorated salary at the championship game on Thursday?
I was down at the end of his row, so I didn't see him being that animated.
They were one possession away from Rick just tapping Richard out and saying, "Son,
jumping over you're
done. All right, you screwed this up on Tuesday. Dad's taking over." They were one possession away from that.
He was as excited as a father as I've ever seen after the game. We all went out to a restaurant, and he was absolutely just – he and Joanne were on cloud nine. They were great. And they've been very good to us. Rick comes up whenever he can, obviously, to a game, and Joanne comes all the time. They've been really neat. And a ton of Patinos were at the game, cousins, uncles. I met all of them. It was great.
Richard obviously comes from the bloodline, but he's trying to make his own path.
Sure.
He's trying to become his own coach and his own man, but you still have that father figure that is who he is. Have you seen him grow this year, his first year around him?
I think one thing about Richard is he embraces his dad. He does not try to run from that legacy, and he uses it to his benefit in many ways. Rick's done some things behind the scenes that have been very helpful for us. But as far as growth, I have seen him grow, but somebody told me the other day he came out, he was born as an old soul, and he was born as a coach, and I agree. It was someone who knew him back in his late teens, and he's just a mature guy.
A decade ago, his late teens.
Yeah, I know.
Ago.
I know.
Yeah.
You're right, but I can't say enough about him. He's done a great job, and good person, loves the Twin Cities, really enjoying it, knows that there's so much potential for him to move everything forward. It's really a good deal.
Well, as one of his elders, and I'm a month older than he is,
are you?
I think he's doing a good job. Yeah, as an elder statesman, I think I can look at Richard and say,
I know you. That's interesting. I'll remember that.
I'm July. Yeah. So I mean, I don't feel good about it.
Why?
Why? Because he's a coach at the Big Ten, and I'm here at Radio Row talking to coaches. I mean,
but a man of your stature should never feel bad about yourself.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
That's nice of you to say. Is there a Pitino daughter you can hire for the open women's position?
There is one. Her name is Jackie, and she's a senior at College of Charleston, so she has to have a degree, so we can't hire her.
Well, you could if she's a senior. She'll graduate in May.
You can't hire her right now. Is
that a reason for is that why it's
that's the only reason why we're not hiring her?
Kind of a long time.
Exactly. It's the only reason why we're not hiring her.
So I know there's rumors about who they are. Yeah, and I'm setting you up for the search is going as it should go. Answer. But how's the women's basketball search going?
Moving along nicely. Next question. No, it's going fine, and we are going to have something for you very soon.
You said that on Wednesday with Dan.
What else was I supposed to say?
Saturday is very soon. I mean,
was Dan mad when he got off the air with me?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
no. He when I answered it, he went, "Yeah, okay. I knew you were going to say that."
Well, I know. I mean, that's what you have to do. We understand. We're hoping. You know how it is. We're hoping to catch you unguarded, and you say
it's like Imus when he asks somebody, "You feel this way, don't you?" And they can fall into saying yes.
I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hoping. Part of me wanted, and Dan I think is listening because he tweeted about this show earlier, and I appreciate that, Dan. Part of me was hoping you'd break the news with me today after not doing it on Wednesday with him, but that's not going to happen.
To show him up.
Well, not to show him up, but just to kind of stick it in, the needle in a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think that's unprofessional of you to nail your compadre like that.
We're in Radio Row. Do you see any professionals? Except John Feinstein, your buddy.
And the Colonel sitting beside me.
The Colonel is the only professional in here.
He'll be in Minneapolis in a month, and the city awaits.
So what are I know you talked about this in the news conference. When you're paring down the search and looking, how does that process work? If you could, just lend a little insight to, you mentioned the search is going nicely. What are elements that make it go nicely?
You feel like you have some very good candidates who are dying for the job, and you are able to then pick which one you want. It's not a recruiting type deal. We have a great job. I mean, it's a job that's gone to the Final Four. It's a program that has unbelievable fan interest. So luckily, because of what Mike Ellis has done with Ville 7, we have an unbelievable network that we can tap for information for candidates that have been through it. Been through Ville 7 years ago, who are now head coaches. Things like that have made it very, very strong.
In your short tenure, you had experience with hiring coaches. How does this differ? I mean, is it different from the men's basketball coach, or is it just kind of the same situation, different team?
It's probably the latter. Same situation, different team. They're all very similar. Sometimes the exposure is a little bit different here and there, but it's a lot of the same deal, different set of same characters, just different names.
Norwood Teague joining us here on Radio Row, Athletic Director, University of Minnesota. We've got Mike Ellis coming up here in a few minutes.
I thought he was already on.
No. He was in a meeting with Nike, and we're going to talk. We're going to break it down. New uniforms are going to be.
He told me he was meeting me in a meeting with Nike in a minute. I thought he had already been here, and I was going there.
Well, we'll get our story straight in a few minutes. There's a lot of confusion.
Okay.
Ben Johnson was the only one that was on time today, so that you
didn't tell me to be here right at noon.
Oh. Well, we've got.
You said Ellis was going to be at noon. I'm sure the listeners are loving hearing that.
Yeah, who knows? We'll air out our dirty laundry later.
All right,
I got a few more issues to discuss. What did I even want to talk about? Well, you mentioned Nike meetings. Dave Thorson was here a minute ago. He's meeting with coaches. He's talking with coaches. We know what coaches are doing while they're here partying, but what are athletic directors doing? What's the Final Four weekend like for an AD?
I mean, you have some individual meetings, whether it be with Nike, whether it be with another sponsor, Coca-Cola, whatever that may be. You do a lot of socializing because it's good to catch up, and in those social situations, you get a lot done. I mean, I talked to 4 or 5 assistants, a couple of head coaches in the last hour about jobs that they're looking at and some things about Minnesota. It's a great networking opportunity, and you need to be out there. It helps the school.
And it is an interesting job time. I would not want to be someone that didn't have a job here at the Final Four, or a guy that has jobs available, because this is one of those.
It would be worse to have job available because you can't rest,
you can't move, and people, you're
getting resumes under your door.
Exactly. Tim Miles, for example, has an open position, and I read a story earlier this week that within an hour of Coach Smith going to South Dakota, he had like 400 text messages.
Well, I mean, some coaches will say, "I've got to hire this person before I go to the Final Four because I want to enjoy myself."
Well, and it does work out, and you've also got openings like Ohio all of a sudden has an opening. I'm sure there's a handful of coaches here who have put their Final Four on hold.
Absolutely.
Tulsa has an opening now. You've got a lot of coaches that are probably not talking to anybody. They're probably ironing their suit and trying to make sure that they give the best answers at the interview. But
well, and as an AD, if you have an opening, you schedule interviews and you stay out of the lobby.
Yes.
Because you'll get bamboozled if you walk through the lobby.
How long have you been coming to the Final Four? How many is this for you? And how is the lobby?
Mike Ellis? He appears out of nowhere.
How has the lobby changed?
It's the exact same.
You think it's the same?
All my buddies from college a lot of them have come with me to the Final Four that are not college coaches, but college basketball fans. They call it the sweatsuit brigade.
It is. It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. It's a culture unto itself.
I've actually been introducing myself as Mike Ellis, too.
Well, that's a windsuit, not a sweatsuit.
That's why I wore the sweatsuit.
That's a windsuit.
But everybody thinks I'm Mike. I mean, Villa 7, there's going to be some interesting cats at Villa 7 this year. Let's just say that. I've invited some interesting folks.
Well, you know.
I am shameless.
Maybe you could broadcast from Villa 7 Row this year.
I would do that.
Okay.
I would absolutely.
Right.
Gopher Sports Weekly, Villa 7 Row. I would absolutely do that.
There you go.
I do have a pretty good barter system. The lower level coaches appreciate, you guys don't need to come talk to me. I appreciate that you do. But like the Division II coaches I talk to and Dave Thor, I'm expecting a really nice deal of Sal tracksuit, by the way. That's
exactly
the truth. I've got a good barter system going on where, come on,
Are you getting the Edina head coach on?
Got my Edina shirt. Oh boy, don't worry about that. No, Coach Berger. I don't know if he's here.
Okay.
We'll find out if he's here.
Right.
Anything else we need to know? Any coaching
Frozen Four
openings?
coming up.
You're going to Philadelphia.
Yep.
I'm
excited about that. And
how about
whatnot.
it's the hockey gods work in mysterious ways. After the highly publicized why the Gophers can't play North Dakota, and they're going to, of course, in a couple of years. The hockey gods work in mysterious ways sometimes. Norwood.
I know.
You avoid them for a year, and boom, Frozen Four semifinals.
Hockey is an entity unto itself, and it's been a lot of fun for me to be around it. And I can't wait to get to Philadelphia. It's going to be terrific.
Enjoy the games tonight.
Thank you, young fella.
Enjoy the rest. I am looking forward to that good news very soon regarding the women's basketball coach.
What other way should I put it?
No, that's a good way to put it.
You like that?
Yeah. Well, I'm not your communications guy. I don't know. What
you
do
leave us
Chris
all
Worley
sitting
would
on
approve of that.
Pins and needles. I mean,
yeah, that's a Chris Worley
anticipation
answer if I've ever heard one.
We're going to be in great shape. I'm very, very excited. And I know all the ADs say that about a hire, but where our program is right now and bringing this person in is going to be neat.
We will look forward to that announcement.
And I appreciate you applying, Guardsy. I'll send you a letter back.
That's kind of why I was hoping for the good news. Yeah,
sure.
It would. My wife, the pay bump would have been nice. But I'm going to come to Villa 7 this year, and then the next time around, you can hire me.